and welcome to another video with me, Andrea, all about vegan pregnancy and parenting. So in my last video, I talked about different important nutrients during pregnancy and different foods, plant-based foods, cruelty-free foods, that you can get all these very important nutrients for you and your growing little baby. Mine is now officially the size of a kumquat, which is just so weird to think about. But tiny little baby growing inside you needs lots of goodness. So I thought today I would talk about some supplements because, like I've mentioned in my past videos, you're not really feeling well during your first trimester, and getting all the right foods that you need is difficult. So while I don't supplement normally, I just, eat a really healthy, whole food, plant-based diet. While I'm been pregnant, since I'm not eating as well as I'd like, I have been supplementing. And also, your needs increase so much. So even if you're eating meat and dairy, which people think are healthy foods, but they're not, you're going to need to supplement because you need so much more. And I do know women who didn't supplement during their pregnancy and had a perfectly healthy baby. So it's not something that you absolutely need to do, but I would recommend it, and I would never advise someone to not supplement. I think supplements are, an important part of a healthy pregnancy. But, for some women, they were able to do it, and, all the power to them. So I wanted to talk about vegan supplements because a lot of times when people are taking a supplement, they think, oh, it must be vegan, when it's not. So most prenatals are not vegan. They'll have fish in them. They'll have dairy in them. So I wanted to talk about some vegan prenatals and supplements. So I am using New Chapter's Whole Food Prenatal, and this has, you take 3 a day, and in each one there's, 25 milligrams of calcium, and it says right beside it, from algae, which is also probably what provides the DHA in this. And it's all whole foods, like it's got brown rice, broccoli, blueberries, prunes, blackberries, lavender, lemon balm, dandelion, mustard, kale, and that's where you're getting a lot of this goodness. And so, it just goes to show you can get this all from plant-based sources. And it's got folic acid or folate at 200 mcgs of that. Where's the iron here? Iron, oh yeah, 6 mgs of iron per pill. So this is a great start to your supplements. Now, depending on where you live, you might need to add some more, or depending on, your blood results, right? So the tablet form of B12 in this is very minimal, and it's not very well digested. So I take Now B12, and it says right on it, the vegan and vegetarian formula, and it is a liquid, and you just take a little bit and drop it under your tongue. It doesn't have a offensive taste, and you kind of hold it there for some time. I'm not going to do it, but, and so that's a good way for me to get my B12. Now there's different synthetic forms of B12, and so you kind of have to be careful in what kind you're taking, but this is the vegan formula for B12. So D3 is technically not a vegan supplement, but Kind Organics does a vegan D3. So if you're able to find Kind Organics, and Kind Organics has a vegan prenatal also. And so I take vegan D drops, and it says right, oh, how do I get vegan right there. And this is a D2, and it's a drop, and you just kind of place it, same thing, under your tongue. And that's, sunshine in a bottle. Your baby needs it for healthy bone development. And then for DHA, there is DHA in here, but it's super important. And so I add some DHA through NutriVeg, which is basically an algae oil, and this one is a citrus flavor, and it's you just add it to your orange juice, or you can just drink it straight, and that's some of your extra DHA for your baby. So I wanted to tell you some other companies that do vegan prenatals. So Rainbow Light does a food-based vegan certified prenatal. Diva has a vegan prenatal, and it's a one daily, which helps if you have morning sickness. You can take it right before bed. And the new chapter, which I mentioned to you. So I think those are the main ones. Oh, and Kind Organics. So like I said, you can get so many of this stuff, so much of these nutrients from plant-based diet. You can add, algae to your stews or your soups or your salads, crushed up nori. You can, increase, things like flax oil in your salad dressings for omega-3s. You can, increase your leafy greens for your iron, and broccoli and asparagus, and you can really just get a lot of this from your food. But if you're worried about getting everything you need, supplements will help you kind of get everything. And like I said, whether you're eating meat or dairy or not, and or how I call them, dead flesh and breast milk of other species, you still are going to need to supplement. So it's not like, oh, well, you're vegan, of course you have to supplement all this stuff because you're not getting enough from your diet. Actually, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the app I'm using during this pregnancy. It's nice to kind of track the baby's progress and stuff. So I've been using this app called, what is it called? Ovia. Okay. And so, it tells me, it's kind of hard to see the screen, but it tells me all different things, updates on, how the baby is developing right now and what's going on with the baby. And one of the great features is that it has a food safety lookup where, just in case you're worried, oh, is it safe for me to eat this? The funny thing is, other than alcohol and caffeine, which are kind of obvious, all the other things that are red flags are dairy or meat related. They're, cheeses, anchovies, lots of fish. They say bacon isn't healthy. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists recommend that pregnant women thoroughly cook any packaged hot dogs until they're steaming hot. Pre-packaged hot dogs and sausages can contain listeria bacteria, which can cross the placenta and make your baby ill, possibly resulting in issues like miscarriage and preterm birth. So, yeah, like basically, the meat industry, and there's tons of antibiotics in meat and dairy. Like, these animals are living just awful, awful lives. Like, they are living in their own feces. They are living in diseased, with diseases and illnesses. And so in order to protect us, they jam them full of antibiotics and drugs. And then also, in order to make them larger, they are usually crammed with hormones. And this is whether you're getting, cage-free and all this stuff, hormone-free, there's still drugs in these animals. There's still chemicals added to these animals. And then these animals are viciously slaughtered, and you're eating death while you're creating life. It doesn't make sense, to me, to justify another innocent animal's life to be taken just so you can create another life, and trust me, when you see the way your children look at animals and love animals, children don't want animals to suffer. We're born with compassion, and society kind of just tells us to selectively be compassionate for domesticated animals, but shut off our compassion for food. And it's like, no, they're all the same, pigs and chickens and cows, like they are loving, affectionate creatures. And so I really think, a cruelty-free pregnancy and a plant-based pregnancy is the best way to give your baby a peaceful and compassionate beginning. And there's no excuse. You can get all the vitamins and nutrients you need without a life having to be taken. And there's plenty of yummy food. I'm going to be doing a vlog soon all about delicious and kind of nutritious, but like also just, some cheats, some really just yummy food. You don't have to miss out on anything. You're getting delicious desserts. And tonight I'm going to go to a place called Hogtown Vegan and have a delicious unchicken burger, which is made with seitan, or it might be made with a soy meat. Either way, delicious food. You're never really missing out. So that's all for today. If you have any questions about supplements or about different brands of supplements, feel free to ask me in the comments below. And I hope you guys have a great cruelty-free day. Thanks.